It's the NBA, weekend style. His change of pace dribble and quick release maddening defenders. Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors go up against the Orlando Magic. Warriors. Magic. NBA action.
We never know what's in store for us when he takes the floor. The explosive Steph Curry. We'll see the Golden State Warriors and the Orlando Magic. All right, the big news today is the big trade. 2K Sports has traded Clark Kellogg for Kobe Bryant. No, folks, it's just April Fools. Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg, ready to bring you the NBA. Now, Golden State's starting five. David Lee and Andres Biedrins up front. Monte and Curry in the backcourt, and Wright. And for the Magic, Pietrus and Lewis are the forwards. Nelson and Carter are manning the backcourt, and Howard. One thing that stands out when you're the Magic, they had confidence and lots of it, dominant at Amway Arena with 34 wins at home.
Very impressive, only 7 losses. I didn't think they could improve much on that, Kevin, from the year before. But they actually won 2 more games at home from their 09 total. Very, very strong.
Now here's Howard. Shoots, left block. It's hauled in by Andres Biedrins. A bit of a down year scoring-wise for Howard last season.
You know, Kevin, he slipped from about 20 points a game to just a touch under 18. Part of it was fewer touches. He still shot a career-high 61% from the field, though.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, when Don Nelson and I were able to chat a moment ago, he listed their toughest matchup as definitely being Dwight Howard. He referred to him as an absolute beast. He said you come away with an awful lot of bumps and bruises after facing Dwight, but that's just something you have to deal with, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Lee, following the basket by Dwight Howard to Biedrins. Excellent D from Howard. And going back to Howard, when you add a scorer like Vince Carter, you really don't have to carry as much of the scoring load.
Yeah, I think that was part of it. I mean, you've got another guy who can get points and demands the ball a little bit, so his touches were down, but his percentage was up.
The first one falls. After his great playoff run in 2009, people thought Lewis was primed for a big year last season, and he really kind of faltered.
Yeah, you know what? He had that tough start, though. He was suspended at the start of the season, Kevin, and as a result, never really was able to get into a rhythm early on, and that caused him to struggle all year, I think.
And so he makes both from the line. Here's Curry. Lee outside. Ellis with a screen on Pietrus. Arcs it high and laying it in as that one falls through.
That was one of those nice little teardrops that looks like it doesn't have a prayer and then softly drops right in.
Here is Carter. Takes it up. And it's Ellis with the rebound. So for Ashard, you really think that early season suspension played a role in his season?
Oh, without question. You need the repetition. And then also you think about the dynamics of the team changing with the acquisition of Vince Carter. You know, and that's something that certainly contributed to his decreased numbers as well.
Here is Nelson. Just over 3 minutes left in the first. Vince Carter the bucket on the assist by Nelson.
Just put the ball in his hands, Kevin, and watch him go to work. He's going to make something good happen.
Curry against Nelson. Here's Biedrins, and the rebound goes to Howard.
They'll allow him to get that off all day.
Here's Carter. No good. Now Golden State takes it the other way. Ellis outside. Here's Curry. Hangs and hits. Curry's got his second bucket of the night.
What an acrobatic finish. I love the dunk, but you got to give it up for that kind of layup.
Nelson kicks to Howard. Here's Carter. And, yep, that falls, and the foul is called. We'll see him shoot one from the free throw line. Orlando making some changes. Quentin Richardson's checked in for Peaches. And it's Duhon in for Jameer Nelson. And then for Golden State, Brandon Wright's checked in for Biedrich. And it's Williams in for Darrell Wright. No good there. He's unable to convert on the three-point play. Thinking about Carter and Hedo Turkoglu objectively, you could say Vince Carter is a better player. Still, Clark, some sports writers felt like the Magic might have made a mistake in letting Hedo go and acquiring Carter.
Well, you know what? Chemistry takes a while to establish and develop, and I give the Magic credit for rolling the dice a little bit, feeling like they needed to make a change. And, you know, anytime you take that kind of risk, you have to give it time to see how it develops and unfolds.
Now let's check in with the third member of our crew, Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, Efe Udoh, a 6'10 shot blocker out of Baylor, taken with the 6th pick by the Golden State Warriors. Teammate Steph Curry said he's going to be a defensive presence for us, getting block shots, rebounding, clogging up the paint. I know he's a high-energy guy, plays with a lot of emotion. Guys, defense and rebounding, just what Golden State has needed.
You said it, Doris. Thanks. Here's Ellis. Not on the scoreboard yet. Talk about what Vince Carter Clark brings to his team.
Well, you know what? He's a guy who, at his best, is a terrific scorer. He's also an underrated passer. He's a guy who can get his own shot and put pressure on the defense with his ability to shoot the three and drive the ball.
Here's Curry. Defended by Duhon. Richardson against Williams. Just 3 to shoot. Kept alive. Here's Lee. Great finish in traffic. Lee's got his second basket of the night. And here now the Magic. Back to Carter. And taken away by Ellis.
The lob was a little misjudged, and he couldn't get control of it.
Outside Curry. Pass to Ellis. Ellis right side. Can't hit the jumper after freeing himself up with the pump fake. Here's Richardson. Williams pulls it in. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. He dishes it. Outside Curry. Carter against Williams. Sean Lewis pulls it in.
He's had some problems finding the range here in this quarter.
Here's Duhon. Nails the buzzer beater.
Fantastic job to knock down the buzzer beater. Nothing better than ending the quarter with a three.
In our first quarter of play over, some good numbers on the board so far. Magic out in front, up 3.
They've had terrific ball movement. They're keeping their heads up and passing up good shots to get great shots.
It's more NBA coming your way. Here's Ellis. No points for him. Unbelievable injury difficulties for the Warriors last season. Just really derailed their year.
Well, as a bouquet and Wright out for the season, Biedrins, Chorioff, and Randolph, Radmanovich all missing time as well. The list goes on and on and on. With all those guys dressed up like you and me courtside, no wonder the Warriors struggle.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin the second quarter. Biedrins out there with Udoh. Then there's Charlie Bell. Then there's Ellis and Wright. First one falls for him. Well, for the Warriors, their injury woes got so bad that in one game, Steph Curry fouled out, and there was no one left to sub for him.
Yeah, that shows how short-handed they were. And yet the team battled through. Steph Curry emerged as a potential star. So if this team can get healthy, I think they'll prove to be pretty good.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
You know, last season, Monta Ellis once again missed quite a few games. He missed 18 of them, actually. Ankle injuries, a knee injury, back troubles, a terrible flu. He wasn't as healthy as he wanted to be last year.
Here's Lewis. Bell yanks it down off the glass. Right, Richardson covering. And here's Bell. Jacks up the triple. Bass snatches the defensive rebound. Clark, Monta Ellis' quickness and athleticism is a big part of what makes him special. The Warriors have to wonder if he can stay healthy enough to be at his best long term.
You know, Kevin, remember now, he led the league at over 41 minutes a game. He's got to get stronger, but they also have to do a job of kind of managing those minutes and maybe cutting him down to the mid to high 30s to make him most effective.
That makes sense. And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has some info for us. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, as you know, Orlando has really built their attack around the inside threat of Dwight Howard, then surrounding him with shooters. It's not exactly a conventional way to play, but Rashard Lewis said, we have to play inside out. When we play that way, we're going to be one of the better teams in the league. We have shooters at every position, and that's not something that defenses can always handle. But we have to get Dwight involved, and that is where it has to start for the Magic. Guys, back to you.
Thank you for that, Doris.
When Dwight Howard can draw the double team, that's where it all starts for Orlando.
Dwight Howard, he's checked in for the Magic. Beatrice comes in for Quentin Richardson. Golden State also making some changes. Stephen Curry's checked in for Monta Ellis. And so here's Golden State. It's a three-point game. Pass to Curry. And Beatrice backs in. And he drops it in on the way.
You know, you can't stop him every time, so accept the fact that sometimes you end up giving up close looks like that one.
One thing you have to look at with the Magic, Clark, their best players are still pretty young and a great position to be, in a position of strength for a long time to come.
You love to see a nucleus of young, developing, hungry, talented players, and that's what the Magic have.
And here now the Magic, after the miss from Stephen Curry. And it's Beatrice missing. 2:48 left in the half. Pass to Curry. Three-pointer, Bell. The shot is off. The Magic the other way. Here is Beatrice. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Here's Bass. He hits it from the low post. Here's Curry. They trail by 3. Here's Beatrice. He's guarded by Howard. Beatrice's shot is off. Andris Beatrice is on Latvia. He struggled with injury last season, missed a lot of time. And Clark, when he was in there, he wasn't really himself.
Well, it takes a while to come off an injury like that, particularly when you miss so much time. He was a little rusty. His confidence at the offensive end kind of was depleted, but he still was able to get some work done on the glass for him, Kevin.
Outside Curry. Beatrice inside for 3. Bell kept alive. Beatrice's shot is off. Magic leading by 5. And here's Nelson. 13 feet out. Bass can't get it to go.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target. Good execution on the break leads to the nice bucket.
Here is Nelson. 1:11 left in the second. To the paint, Beatrice. Goes up. Tries to drop it in, but it won't go.
Well, the defense put pressure on him, and frankly, he'll miss some of those even when he's wide open.
Beatrice. 13 feet out, And he hits the jumper for 2. Here's Nelson. Not on the scoreboard yet.
An ideal time to go 2 for 1. Every possession counts.
From the wing, Udo snatches it inside.
Boy, they've really been scrapping for rebounds in this one. Neither club really dominating the other one.
And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 6 points. Here is Nelson. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Howard. Connects from in close. He's got 6.
You can't allow him to establish deep position like that. Once he gets it in that close, he's almost unstoppable.
Now Curry. He has 6. Lets loose for 3. Peaches corrals the miss inside. That will count. No good.
Boy, this is painful to watch. He can't get one to go down. Really having trouble finding his game here in this half.
And the first half is now in the books.
Take a look here at what Carter's been doing. 6 points and 1 rebound.
Magic lead by 1.
It's April Fool's Day, but we got some action that's not to be joked about here on the HP Halftime Report. The Magic giving it everything they've got. They're moving the ball well, racking up the assists. This is great team play. A productive first half for Dwight Howard. After 2, he's got 6 points. He's not missed many shots so far. Everything's falling. On the other hand, Golden State also been giving it their best. They've played gritty D and have been hauling in the defensive rebounds. There's been some great work by Andres Biedrins in this one. He's got a handful of points, also pulled down 4 rebounds. 2 guys who both came to play tonight. They've been very active in the game and will look to stay hot in the second half. Thanks so much for tuning in. Now let's get you back out to the start of the third quarter. I'm Damon Bruce. So long, everyone.